I hurt my brother when he was acting out and wouldn't listen. I 16F am sick and tired of my brother always hitting and hurting people. Today I was inside with him and our puppy, and at one point he grabbed our dog's collar and kept choking him. He knows it hurts the dog. He just doesn't care. I told him to let him go, but he wouldn't listen and he kept pulling him harder to the point where the dog was coughing. I yelled at him and he finally let the puppy go. But then he turned around and punched him in the face repeatedly. I told him to stop and he turned around and slapped me. I was furious and fed up with how he was acting. He slapped me a second time and I lost it and aggressively kicked him in the leg. He fell to the ground and started crying. Then ran off. I feel really bad, but he was really hurting the dog and it pushed me over my limit when he went after me next. He does this stuff every day and I'm sick of it. I know I should have reacted better and I feel really guilty, but he doesn't listen to anything. Not sure how to fix this or make it up to him. 1. Rehome puppy. 2. Your parents need to seek a therapist for your bother immediately. He is exhibiting signs of serious mental health issues. 3. If you are unable to get your parents to intervene, you need to seek help at school or from a trusted adult. This situation is dangerous and your parents are negligent. The only way you can make it up to him is by telling his irresponsible parents to educate him. Please rehome the puppy. It is an innocent victim in all of this and doesn't deserve to be constantly abused. If you want to help anyone, help that dog. At least that is in your control. Call CPS, as obviously the parents are neglecting the child. You are the child they're neglecting. Just because your brother has some serious underlying issues doesn't mean that you have to just sit around being abused. Their inaction is turning him into a potential serial killer. Not to be dramatic, but that lack of empathy is super alarming. Stay safe, op. You have to address this now before he gets older and becomes unmanageable. Your parents may be able to ignore it now, but he is a boy and will grow to be stronger than them. It'll be incredibly dangerous if he continues to behave this way. Stay safe. Hopefully you can get him to a therapist and get him help. Please remove that dog from this. Mostly to protect the dog. But for additional partial reasons, the dog may age to see violence as a correct response and injure someone. And the kid will see a consequence of his actions. I think you have a sociopath right there. They often start with hurting animals. I would really call and tell someone before the puppy dies first. Honestly, you did the right thing. No need to feel sorry. Heck, even do it again when necessary. Holy shit. Don't apologize. That animal he is hurting has a right to exist in this world just as much as any of us. I would suggest getting rid of the dog. BC, it sounds like this kid is going to kill it. I know it's sad, but it's best to remove anything that will trigger him. It looks like he has no remorse, and if this is not treated, he is going to end up hurting a person pretty bad. You need professional help. It sounds like your parents do not know how to handle this. Or they don't care to put forth the energy. Is there someone you can talk to, like a teacher, a trusted neighbor, or another family member that might take this seriously? From your other comments, it sounds like corporeal punishment is common from your parents, which does not help. It also sounds like you have suffered abuse growing up if you're 16 and don't have memories of even the last 5 years. You need to find a mandatory reporter who will take this seriously. Sounds like the beginning of a serial killer documentary. My daughter is the same age as your brother. If she accidentally hurts someone, she cries harder than they do. Her classmates are all the sweetest. They are kind and care about each other. Your brother's behavior is not typical of his age group. It isn't a developmental stage he's going through. He needs help treatment. Your parents still have a duty to protect you at the age of 16, and it sounds like they've given up. I'm sorry, Op. Is there any other family you can stay with? Would they also take your dog? If your parents don't stop him, kick him again. That boy is a psychopath in the making. Your brother is a little cunt who needed a lesson. Rehome the animal, please. Get that dog out of there. Who knows what he would have done if you weren't around. Hurting animals is never normal. If he did this in front of you, I am terrified and heartbreak thinking of what he is doing when no one is looking. Please take that fur baby away, and your brother needs professional help. I agree with the others. Your parents are at fault here and the puppy should be rehomed. I have a child who is almost 6. This behavior is very concerning. There has to be a valid reason as to why he's so violent. Children's development is very important from birth till 5 years, and everything they learn then shapes their future. That sort of violence is not normal coming from a 6-year-old. It was either taught on social media or IRL. Acted up from maltreatment, neglect, neurological condition, or lack of discipline from parents. Good. Violence shouldn't ever be tolerated. I imagine there's a lot who disagree with me. But beating his little ass now to protect an innocent animal no less is better than getting his grown ass thrown in jail. Bro, your brother is a serial killer in the making. I'm surprised you had restraint. I've lost my shit once. And I didn't stop until I got tired. That kid needs to go to a mental hospital or somewhere where he could get the help he needs. Ironically enough, that kick might have showed him that he hurts others when he hits them. Body slam him so he never forgets it when he F's with the dog. He should learn that he'll enter a world of hurt if he ever messes with any animal. School of hard knocks for that little sociopathic turd. This is why I'm not a parent. And please, rehome the dog. That poor pup doesn't deserve the abuse or neglect. It seems like we are all pretty much saying the same thing. Does your parents know what happened and why you did what you done over the puppy? You're over here feeling bad while I think you were way too lenient. The second he choked the dog, I would have snatched his ass away, threw him on the sofa, and asked what the hell is wrong with him. That is behavior you should not tolerate even for a second. Don't feel bad disciplining your own little brother. That is one of your jobs as an older sibling. I really don't want to be a Reddit armchair diagnoser, but from what you've said in your post and in comment replies, I'm very worried about him. Something is really wrong with him. He needs some serious help, and now I appreciate this is a lot for you, and it's scary to realize the extent of it all. I'm so sorry for everything you're going through and have been through. TBH, you shoulda did more than that. Pain is a great teacher. Plenty of us from the 90s and earlier were hit, and only on good occasion. Kids do things because they have no comparative experience. That's why children are perceived as brave when in reality they aren't scared of consequences. Because they don't know they exist. When he learns that what he does hurts others and can in turn hurt him, he will stop. You did good. I hope you didn't make anything up in this. And if everything is true, then you have a lot of patience than me. I would have slapped him the minute he turned around and punched the dog. That kid is gonna turn into a serial killer when he grows up. If he doesn't get the help he needs now. That kid needs therapy. He will end up killing the dog if you don't rehome it. Also, please find him a therapist.